The file's done. I've decided that if I hit over 15 minutes, I'm just gonna have to make a part 2 because this is a lot of stuff. So the file's done. You can close MPEG Streamclip. The file is in where I told it to go, up-res. Let's take a look at it. There it is, 1080p. You can probably hear, there's the slate. You can hear that it's in slow-mo. You can hear the audio. There it is. Now, there's one thing to be concerned about is Sergio's nose right here. But now that I see it, I'll be aware of it later on, and you'll see why. So there it is. Now we have 2 identical clips, one in slow-mo and one in regular mo. And now comes the part where we stitch them together. So we're going to go in this Final Cut here. Oh, let's make this a little smaller. You can still see me. We're going to go in the Final Cut here. Now, I've been working on another project. I'm just tightening it up. So we're going to import. I'm just going to import the whole folder that it's all in. It's right on my desktop. I made it for this tutorial. So 5 recognize. I don't know what those were. But it seems everything's in there. I guess there's a couple files that it didn't recognize. Okay, so first things first. We want to use the 8-point garbage mat on the 24p one, the regular one, because that's the one that is going to remain in time. It'll be the easiest to do. I guess you could do it on either one, but for my sake, I'm going to do it on the regular Mo one. So here it is, regular. So he starts talking around there, and I'll just let it go the whole way. This is a little thing in Final Cut that says that just matches your sequence down here to the clip setting, and yes, I actually have a video on that on my account. So here's this. There it is, it's in there. Okay, so obviously the audio, the real audio for the short film was recorded separately. I'm not going to bother syncing up the audio for this shot. I simply just want to show you how to merge the two together. Later on, I mean, he was recorded with a boom mic with the Zoom recorder. He's got really clear audio. The audio you're hearing here is just right off the T2i. So obviously we don't want to hear that. But what the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to pop this up into the second video track. All I did was just hold it and bring it up. We want to bring it in the top one, and you'll see why. Next thing we want to do is we want to click on it to make sure that it's selected for our effect. Effects, you want to go to Video Filters. You want to go to Matte, 8-point garbage mat. We finally gotten to this point. So now as you can see over here, here's our 8 points. They are numbered. So double click on your video file. It'll bring it over into the viewer, which is where you, I don't know, this is where you do your editing. Oh, maybe it is in the canvas. You know, every time I do this, I figure it all out. So click onto your filters tab here. And here you can see every point and where it is located coordinates wise on the pixels over here. So what we want to do is we literally want to cut out Sergio in the frame. And we'll do that by just aligning these points up against the edge of his bed. So 0.8 could probably stay where it is. 0.1, you want to click on this little guy here, and that will now activate 0.1, and we'll bring 0.1. Let me show you, first of all. I'll going to give you a good view. We'll bring 0.1 to right about here. Now look what it did. It took the edge of the frame and brought it over to 0.1. 0.2 is here. 0.2 I'll bring down to about, because his nose was here, it's going to be a straight line from 0.1. So let's say right about here. There you go. 0.3, we click, And point 3 is going to come down to, I'm going to say like maybe his toe there. Point 4 over here, click. Point 4 will be, I guess, just the edge of the frame right here. Bam. Now look what we've done. Very simply, we've just, as if we had a scissor, cut out all the other stuff in the frame. Now, I guess I could, to really demonstrate this and show you something cool, I need some sort of a picture. What kind of picture do I have? Let's import. This will give you a really good demonstration of what's going on. I hate to make you wait, but you're gonna have to wait. So I've got lots of crazy pictures here. Let's see, what do I got? All right, this is my little cousin Anthony. All right, let's bring that in. So this is my little cousin Anthony. So let me show you exactly a good explanation of what's happening. So when I bring Anthony into the timeline, he's on the bottom. Watch, now look. Here's Sergio on the top with a hole in the frame. If I bring Anthony in here, you can see in the frame, you see what happens? Anthony is now underneath Sergio. If I were to do the opposite and bring Anthony up here, he just takes up the whole frame. But since Sergio has a hole cut in the frame, you can see that anything, you're basically looking down at the layers. If there's a layer here with a hole in it, you're going to see through that hole to the next layer. So that's what's going on here. I'm literally cutting the frame. So let's delete Anthony. Thanks, Anthony. You made a little cameo. So what we do is we'll bring in the upres file, bring in that conformed thing, and all we have to do really is just find the right time. Let's say right when he walks into frame, or maybe a little bit more, right there. And I don't want to bring in his audio, so I'm going to lock that off. And then let's just dump him in. And let's see, where does he exit? I guess he's already exited by then. Yeah, he exits around here. So let's bring it down to here and do that. So he's exited that way. Let's just trim it a little bit more. So now, as you can see, I haven't rendered it yet. Since the camera is, I'm gonna make myself big to really explain this. Since the camera never moved, when you cut the frame in half and you have another shot with the same frame, it looks as though there's no cuts. It looks like there's no cookie cutter action happening. So it's a cool trick. It's been done many times in the past, many times. I'm not the first one to do it, and I won't be the last one to do it. But I'm telling you that me sitting here in my apartment in Queens on Final Cut using just basic stuff, I can do a shot that 10 years ago would have taken hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe $10,000 to do, and it would have been pretty much impossible for a little schmuck like me in my apartment to do something like this. But I'm just going to render this real quick. I'm going to pull this out. I can't, so I'm just going to blade this off here. I'm going to render this real quick, and then you'll see the final shot. It's done, and check it out. Obviously, the timing needs to be tweaked a little bit, but the point has been demonstrated. Here we have a man in bed cut out moving in real time, and here we have a shot of a man moving in slow motion, and the two are merged together. So to my buddy Tom, I hope this really helps out. I hope you learned a lot. If there's anything I've missed, please let me know. This is probably going to be a two-parter episode. I don't know. I can't tell at this point. But it's just really, my comment on this whole thing is that, as like before, it's really amazing that in Final Cut you can do so many different things that, and people who wanted to do things like this years ago would not have been able to do. And I'm just kind of sharing it because if, you know, it's another tool in your arsenal. when I read that part of the screenplay, I figured that would be a really interesting shot to put in. The director agreed, and there it is. Hopefully it won't hit the cutting room floor, but I don't think it will. But if anybody has any requests about anything about MPEG Streamclip, the Canon 5D, the Canon 7D, filmmaking in general, please let me know. I'm going to be actually cinematographying. I'm going to be the DP, director of photography, on a feature film for the end of December into January, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And that short film should be done in a few months, and I'm really excited. I couldn't be happier. But thank you for watching me. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. I've rambled on a little bit too much, I know. But take care. Happy editing. I'm Steve DeCasa. Peace.